Hello students, my name is Siva. In this session, we will discuss about the input, processing, output. These three concepts we have to discuss. After that, Python futures also, we have a great concept, and that one also we will learn in this session. Now, let us start our session. Okay. Before I'm going to reduce my video, then only my screen sharing is visible for you. Right. Input, processing and output. Actually, these three are the steps for any developed programs. For any programs, computer programs are typically perform the following three-step process. First one is input is received, and second one is based on that given input, some process is going on. Based on some process will do by the compiler. After that, it will produce the output. It will produce the output. Input is any data that the program receives while it is running. While running time, it is asking some data. Na? For example, if you want to go for ATM, immediately it will ask them, please insert your ATM card. So that question it is asking now. For that, what input you giving? Card is inserting. That is one input. After that, again it will ask, enter your PIN, ATM PIN. Immediately the user need to enter that password also, 4-digit password also. So those are the inputs. So if you give that input, immediately remaining options it will show. Otherwise it will not show because of some validations also must and should be required. Na? Validation means if you enter the correct password for your ATM card, immediately the ATM password, whatever you enter, that 4 digits, those 4 digits will transfer to the server. There it will check this person is valid or not. If the person is valid, immediately remaining options will show on the screen. Na? So that is the process is going on by given user input. Am I correct or not? Based on user given input. So that is the input process. Some process is performed based on given input. After that, and deposit, balance inquiry, withdraw, all those things will show by the ATM. Na? So that is the process of input. Based on your given input, it behind some process is going on. After that, if the validation is correct, the person is valid or not, it will check. If the person is valid, then immediately remaining options it will give to access for the ATM machine. Otherwise, it will not give. Like that is the one of the example. Once input is received, some process such as mathematical calculation is usually performed on it. All of you carefully observe these three sentences. First, it will take the input. Input is any data that the program receives while it is running. While the program is running, it will ask some inputs. So if you give the input, immediately immediately some processes behind some process is going on. After that, it will show the result. These three steps meaning is that one. First, it will take the input. After that, based on given input, it will take it will do some process behind. After that, it will produce the output for us. Not only program, each and every program. Now I just give an example for the ATM machine, but some other options also we have. Bus pass applications, all those things. If you want to take a bus pass application, compulsory some details need to give. Then only bus pass application will register. In the bus pass counter, they will ask some questions. What is your name? What is your father name? What is your initial? In which college you are studying? All those things. If you tell all those things, that inputs they are given by the bus pass counter person who are operating the system. That person giving the inputs. If all inputs are valid, immediately the bus pass will sanction. The printout will give by the that person. Then only you have to take. Otherwise, if the person is not valid, that bus pass application will generate or not? Will not generate. So that is the program process as per our requirement. So now I just given one example as a diagrammatical format. Already in the earlier we have discussion about this. A person weight calculation. A person pay calculation. Actually, for example, if one person worked 10 hours in one company. That company is giving 50 rupees per hour rate. So 10 hours he worked. So these two are inputs. Hourly worked means how many hours he worked? 10 hours. So 10 I want to pass as an input form through the keyboard. After that, company pay rate has already fixed, that is 50 rupees. So that company pay rate also person to person it can change. If the senior person contains 60 rupees, if the junior person contains 50 rupees. So here I am calculating only for the junior person. So that's why that pay rate, hourly pay rate also we need to mention. That's why the hourly pay rate also we need to give the as an input format. I mean through the keyboard we need to enter. So first input is how many hours he worked, 10 hours, and second input is 50 rupees hourly pay rate. So if you give those two inputs, immediately process is started. Immediately process will start by the processor. What is that? 10 into 50. Because of that related program we have already developed in the company. Immediately if you give these two inputs, that process behind it is doing. After that it will produce as a gross pay amount as a output format. The above figure shows these three steps in the pay calculating program that we have discussed earlier. Earlier means already in the previous questions also we have discussed this example only. That is the meaning of earlier. And the number of hours worked and the hourly pay rate are provided as an input. Yes, according to given diagram, hourly work rate is also given as an input. Hourly pay rate is also given as an input. These two inputs I pass it. Based on these two inputs, this process is going on. After this process is going on completion, immediately output will show as a gross pay format in the output window. So that is the process of input, processing and output. Next one, list and explain the features of Python. Okay, a small example I will show for this previous question, input, processing, output. For this, now I am opening Python window. How it will pass the inputs are that doubts we have now. So that's why I am opening Python shell window to show as an example purpose. For your understanding purpose, I will show one example. Okay. Worked hours. Worked hours is the variable. How many hours? 10 hours a person worked. 10 hours a person worked. Pay rate. Pay rate is 50 rupees. The company is paying only 50 rupees. These three inputs I am giving now. Okay, these two inputs. How many hours you worked? 10 hours. Pay rate is 50 rupees per hour. So now what is my requirement? 10 into 50 multiply purpose. Worked underscore hours multiply pay rate. Multiply pay underscore rate. Same variable we need to give 500. So 500 it is showing now. This is the gross pay amount it is showing. So these two inputs are given and this is the process is behind it is going on. After completion of this process, the output will show as a output. I mean this is the gross amount. So the company need to pay 500 rupees for that person. So this is the meaning of that question. How the inputs are given, how the process is going on, how the output will produce. Now understand? A simple question. But in writing time, you need to write more steps for this. While exam writing time. And list and explain the features of Python program. There are various reasons why Python is gaining a good popularity in the programming community. There are so many languages. There are number of programming languages in the software industry. But why Python need to choose? Python has a number of features we have. I mean huge amount of features. A lot of features we have. So that's why Python is very popular programming language nowadays. Since 2007 onwards, Python is playing very important role in the software industry because of it is a top 10 it is one of the programming language in top 10 programming languages. In the top 10 programming languages, Python has a most popular programming language. It is also one of the place occupied. So that's why already almost some MNC companies has migrated to Python programming language from some other programming languages. Actually, they are they are using some other programming languages. When Python has a most popular, immediately they are migrated from other languages to Python programming language, because of it has number of features. So that's why. So here I given a few examples for that. All of you please carefully observe. Simple, easy to learn, open source, high level language, dynamically typed, platform independent, portable, procedure and object oriented, interpreted, extensible, embeddable, use library, scripting language, database connectivity, scalable. Here I just given 15 features, but more than 15. A Python programming language contain more than 15 features, not only 15, more than 15. So a few important features are given here, and let us understand step by step each and every feature. First one is simple. Python is a simple programming language. When we read a Python program, we feel like reading English sentences. All of you please carefully observe. I just explained a previous example for the previous question. Worked hours 10, pay rate 50, worked hours into pay rate. Just these are simply we can understand. These are English words or any other words. These all are our understandable words, nothing but English words. So that's why it is easy to understand. So that's why it is called simple programming language. Next, easy to learn. Python uses very few keywords. Its programs use very simple structure. So developing programs in Python become easy. Here a simple words we are using now. So based by using this program, these simple words, we can easy to learn. In the C language, in the C language, data types also we must need to use to declare any variables. If I want to use worked hours in the C language, compulsory into data type we need to use. Here also pay rate purpose also into data type we need to use. But here any data types we are using now? No, directly we are using. So we can compare to C language, it is very easy to learn now. So that's why number of features contains in the Python programming language. So compared to other programming languages, Python is a very simple and easy to learn programming language. And next, open source. The third one is open source. If you want to use the Python software, we no need to pay anything for that. If you want to use Python software, we no need to pay anything for that. Simply we can download through the internet. Actually, open source are nothing but it is freely available. Open source is nothing but it is freely available in the internet. We no need to pay anything for that. So directly we can download and directly we can install. We just simply use. That is the meaning of open source. Next, high level language. Python is a high level language. Python is a high level programming language. When we write programs in Python, we do not need to remember the system architecture. If you want to write any C program, if you want to write any Python program, the system architecture you do not know. What is the processor, what is the RAM, how much RAM it is contain, how much hard disk it is contain, the system model is what, the laptop model is what. All those things we don't need to know about this. Just we can simply use. Python will take that responsibility. It is compatibility or not. Internally it can check. While installing time it will check. Not only while developing time. Dynamically typed. Python is a dynamically typed language. That means the type of variable we no need to declare at developing time. It will decide by compiler at runtime. Compiler at runtime. All of you carefully observe. Here I am giving one example. Just I am opening command prompt to show an example purpose. Python in compile is also opening. To open Python compile through the command prompt, just we can type the Python word and press enter key. Immediately Python compiler will enable. Now all of you look at the screen. It is showing a black screen now, but here 3 greater than symbols it is showing. That means Python compiler is opened. Python compiler has opened. So now what is the concept here? Dynamically typed. Dynamically typed means now I am using a variable for storing 10 value. After that b is equal 20. Here any data types I am using? No. Directly you can use a is equal 10, b is equal 20, c is equal to a plus b also. I just have given the a plus b is also I am just doing the addition operation. After that printing the result. C value I am printing. 30 it is printing now. Here any syntaxes we are using now? No. Data types also no using. Dynamically we are typing the variables. But in C language compulsory if you want to use a variable into data type must be required. Before a variable you need to declare into data type. Before b variable you need to declare a variable. Before declare C variable, you need to, before C variable, we need to declare into data type. Because of all are storing digits. So that data type's responsibility also will take by the programmer only. But in Python programming language, that burden is also will take by the Python compiler, not only programmer. Python will decide. If you store 10 variable, it will decide a is int type. If you store 20 variable, for the b variable purpose, it is int type. So that responsibility will take by the compiler, not by the programmer. So that means dynamically typed programming language. Next, platform independent. Platform independence. When a Python program is compiled using a Python compiler, it generates bytecode. That bytecode can run on any operating system. Hence, Python programs are not dependent on any specific operating system. Here, platform independent means C language. If you want to develop any C programming language, if you want to install C language, C software in your system, before downloading time, before installing, you must decide what operating system you contain in your laptop, in your system. So, each and everything now I am giving one example. Windows, Linux, Mac OS. So, now my requirement is C software downloading. C language software downloading. So for that, Windows related C software I need to download. Windows related C language. If in my system, if I have Linux operating system, So Linux related C language need to download. For the Mac is also same. Mac related C language. So these are OS. Windows OS, Linux OS, Mac OS. All of you carefully observe. If you want to install C language in your system, so first you need to check what operating system in your desktop contain. In your laptop contain. So in my laptop, I have Windows operating system. So that's why I need to download only Windows related C language only. In the Linux, if I have Linux related C language, I need to download. If it is Mac OS I have, then Mac related C language I need to download. So for each and every operating system, compulsory we need to related softwares only. But coming to Python is also same. But here one example is there. C language is nothing but, in the C language, test.c language, the source code. It is the source code. After compilation, test.exe file it will generate. This is executable file. Executing file. While writing time, it is called source code. While executing time, it is called it will generate .exe file. But .exe file, when it will generate? If you compile, when you compile this file, immediately it will generate .exe file. While writing time, it is test.c file. That's why it is called source code. After completion of this code writing, after writing of your program, immediately you need to compile now. So after compilation, test.exe file it will generate. While executing time, this will execute. This will take. This file will execute. While executing time, the compiler will take only test.exe file, not test.c file. So that means if it is Windows related software, if it is Windows related C software, if you develop this program in Windows software, then this file is also will execute only Windows operating system, not other operating systems. So that's why C language is platform dependent. It will execute only Windows operating system. It will develop only, the test.c file is developed only Windows operating system, but compilation is also done by the Windows operating system. And the .exe file, test.exe file is also generated further related to Windows operating system. So it will execute only Windows machine. Windows computer only it will execute. In Windows computer only it will execute. But coming to Python, test.py is the source code. And it is also developed in the Windows operating system. After compilation, it will generate test.pyc file. It is the bytecode file. While developing time, it is called source code. The extension is .py for the Python programming language. But after compilation, test.pyc file it will generate. It is executable file. Executing executing file. Here carefully observe. This file, this entire file will execute in any operating system. Execute in any operating system. So that is the great advantage. All of you carefully observe. This is completely related to C language. C language. And this is Python programming language. What is the difference between this and that? In C language, the source code after compilation will generate text.exe file. The text.exe file will execute only Windows operating system. Because of the source code is also developed, the test.exe file is also generated by the Windows machine only. So that's why this is completely tightly coupled, only related to Windows operating system. But here the test.py file source code is developed in Windows operating system. After compilation, it will generate test.pyc file. This is called bytecode. This is called bytecode. And this bytecode will execute in any operating system, not only Windows related. In any operating system, it will execute. So that is the major advantage. So that is the meaning of platform independent. That is the meaning of platform independent. When a Python program is compiled using a Python compiler, it generates bytecode. That bytecode can run on any operating system. Hence, Python programs are not dependent on any specific operating system. Next one, portable. Python is a portable language. For example, if we have Python code for Windows that I want to run on other platforms such as Unix, Linux and Mac OS. These are operating system. Unix is also one of the operating system and Linux is also one of the operating system and also Mac is also one of the operating system. There are a number of operating systems in the software industry, but all are friendly known as about the Windows operating system. These are also operating systems. Here portable means I already just told you now. This is bytecode. Test.pyc is the bytecode file. This bytecode file will execute in any operating system, not only single operating system. So that's why this is portable programming languages. It is portable also. Next, procedure and object oriented. Python is a procedure oriented as well as object oriented programming language. Here, what is the example of procedure oriented? C language is also procedure oriented programming language. But for the object orientation, there are number of programming languages we have. What are they? C++ is also object oriented programming language. And next one, Java is also object oriented programming language. And .NET is also object oriented programming language. Like that, C language contains only functional support. Java programming language contains only object orientation support. But here the Python can support these two features also. The Python language can support as well as functional programming language, nothing but C style support is also it can support, as well as Java object related styles also it can support, OOPS concepts also it can support. So that's why it is the two-way versatile language, procedure and object oriented, two-way language. Next, interpreted. Python is an interpreted language because Python code is executed line by line at a time. Line by line at a time. In C, C++ and Java, we need to compile. But in Python, but in compile, when we no need to compile, sorry, in here the sentence has wrong. Interpreted means Python is also already interpreted, so no need to compile. In C language, if you write a program, if you write any example program, compulsory need to compile. After that you need to execute. These two steps will take by the these two steps as responsibility will take by the programmer only, not by the compiler. I mean, after writing the code, F9 keyword you need to press in developer C++ window na. After that, if you want to execute F10 key also you need to press. These two responsibilities will take by the programmer only. But in coming to Python, Python programming language, if you write any program, it has, I mean, just you can run, not only not compile. That compiler, if you run that file, immediately the compilation will process done by the Python program. That responsibility will take by the Python, not by you. Interpreted means it has already interpreted. If you write the code while running time, internally it can compile. That compilation process is also has, but Python has also contains compilation process also, but the compilation responsibility will not take by the compiler. I mean, will not take by the programmer. It will take by the compiler. Compiler will take that responsibility. We no need to take that burden also. Next, extensible. Here two options we have: extensible and also embeddable. Extensible and also embeddable. Extensible means Python allows the programmer to write some part of code, to write some part of the program in different languages like C, C++ and Java. For example, in your project in the software company, want to develop a project. So in that they are using Java programming language. So in Java programming language, they are using Java programming language. In between, if they have 100 lines of code, in between some Python code is also must and should be required. So then Python is also it can use. So that is the meaning of extensible. That is the meaning of extensible. All of you please carefully observe. Here I have 100 lines of code. Here I have line 1, line 2, line 2 and so on, line 100th line. But in the 50th line, I want to use Python code in 50th line. Then all of you please carefully observe. Here 50th line is there na? In 50th line I want to use Python code. Then Python it can also support for that also. I mean, in one programming language, Python programming language also we can some part of code we have to write. Python will give the support for that also. At the same time, embeddable, we can insert Python programs into C or C++ programs also. Python program ni మనం C language లో Java program లో Python ని యాడ్ చేయొచ్చు, Python లో Java ని యాడ్ చేయొచ్చు. అలాంటి సపోర్ట్ కూడా ఇక్కడ యూజ్ అవుతుంది. ఎక్స్టెన్సిబుల్ అండ్ ఎంబెడబుల్. We can insert Python programs into C and C++ programs. Now, Hue's library. Python has a large standard library which provides a rich set of modules and functions. So, you do not have to write your own code for every single thing. For example, the common things we have. In your project, the common things we have. So, Python that can support is also, that can give, Python language contains Hue's library. For that, already it has predefined libraries. If you want to print anything, the print function you are using, that print function functionality, it has already developed by the programmers, and that functionality available in the library, Python library, which can just simply use that one. Like that, number of predefined functions and predefined libraries available in the Python software. If you want to use, then use, otherwise leave it. According to our requirement, we can use all libraries. Scripting language. Python is also considered as a scripting language like PHP. Scripting language is nothing but for the web development purpose, scripting language we are using. Scripting for the web browser support. I mean, if you want to develop any web related programs, you no need to compile. Web browser internally it can compile. That's why Python programming language also we can use for the web development purpose also. So it is also related to scripting language. So that's why actually how many scripting languages we have? PHP is also scripting language, and JavaScript is also scripting language. Like that, Python is also one of the scripting language, but it can be used only server side, not only client side. Server side is nothing but which is the location we are accessing some other location. Na? For example, Facebook server. We just type facebook.com in our system. That is client system. But it is reaching into the server system that is available in the some other state or some other country. Like that, those type of servers we have to use the scripting languages. Next, database connectivity. Python allows its program to connect all the database such as Oracle, Sybase and MySQL. So number of database supports also it can support. It can use. If you want to integrate a database to your program, for example, for your program, if you want to integrate a database with database, that can is also Python programming language. It can give the support for that. And next, scalable. Python programs are scalable since they can run on any platform. They can run on any platform and use the features of new platform effectively. For example, in my system, I have developed Python program. After that, after compilation, it will generate the bytecode. In my system, I have some 10 features. I have 10 features only. What are they? Anything. Okay, na? I have 10 features. But in my system, I have developed the Python program and compiled it, and bytecode file also generated. That bytecode files I will give you to execute in your system. In your system, you have 20 features. So the 20 features also it can use for effective working purpose. So that is the process of scalable. That is the meaning of scalable information, scalable feature. Now understand na? These are the 15 features, most important 15 features of Python programming language. So all of you please be carefully read these 15 features. I hope you enjoyed this session. In the next session, we will discuss about the displaying output with the print function. I mean, how to use the print function, in how many ways we will print, like all those things we will discuss. Thank you very much.